Hello, hello, hello. Okay, now it sounds like you can hear me. Hi everyone. My name is Wheeler. Welcome to Wheeler's Minis. Normally this is a mini paint and chill stream, and it's going to be, but to start with, I'm going to be doing character creation on Eldritch Foundry, who I am an affiliate with. I don't know actually. I'll have to double check that, and if I don't, I will put it in there in the chat as something up. But I'm going to be making a character today using their Forge Foundry. And last time we did this, it was a blast. I had a really fun time painting the model. But I'm going to start doing this once per month. I was going to do it yesterday, anniversary. So today we're going to be doing this and really, hopefully, creating something different and new and something that I haven't ever painted before, because that seems like it would be a fun thing to do. Before I get started, though, a few quick things to get out of the way. One, if you aren't following the channel, please do. If you have financial ability, please consider subscribing. Or going to my website and purchasing something off the website, wheelersminis.com. Most of the stuff that I paint on stream is up and there. But yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, hi YouTube, thanks for hanging out. I really appreciate it. If you are part of this and help me create a model, that would be awesome. I would love for you to do that. And you will have the ability to come up with some crazy name and some crazy character for me to paint. So I'm going to be making this today and then probably printing it over the weekend, then printing it over the weekend, painting it. So if you are watching this, the probably be afterwards. But yeah, also if you're on YouTube, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Sorry, my brain's a little fuzzy right now. I've been sick for like the past, basically. I'm just kind of getting kind of a little fuzzy, but we're gonna do this and see what we get. So if there's no one in chat to do anything, I usually will just for it and figure it out that way, because there are 1 2 5 7 8 13 14 20 20. There are 21 different things. We already did Furbolg, and I won't do Alien, so just because it doesn't fit with the vibe of what so we will roll for it, and then going off of that, we will figure out class and we'll roll for that as well. But if you, like I said, if you want to have an input on how I create this and what I do for it, please come watch on the Twitch channel. I really appreciate it. Again, I was kind of bad at promoting this one this month, but this is going to be a once a month kind of thing, just to continue showing my appreciation for Foundry and affiliate with them. So yeah, go ahead and get started. So we're just going to roll d20 and then figure it out from there. So it'll be basically 1 through 20, starting with Elf, going all the way to Orghast or Warforged. And then if we happen to get Furbolg again, we roll. I don't have 20 on me right now, I don't think. Okay, that's E. IVD 20, but it's all heads. Give me 1 second. Back. Mostly full dice set, because I think there's only a certain amount of classes that let me know if you're watching this, if you play D&D what you think about the new classes and things of that sort. But to start with, roll 18. Goliath. Right. Team on both sides. We'll do heads a fem-body character because we did fem-body character last time. Tails a let's do a female Goliath. Go to classes. We did Warlock last time, so we'll get rid of Warlock. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Do a D12 to figure out. Keep Artificer in there. 11. So a Sorcerer. I'm gonna reroll that. I don't know if I want to do another Spellcaster right. 5. Else one is on. Druid. Okay, we can do that. So we've got a female Goliath Druid. One, two. Nine. So do D10 to see what circle she is. 2. Circle of Shadows. Another smoky thing. I'm gonna roll again. Trying to get something different. It feels like we're getting the same thing. All right, 9. 9, I think, was Circle of the Shepherd. Summoner. So we've got a Goliath, Druid, Circle. Normally I go with the first one, but that was just starting to match up a little bit too close to, even though it was a Druid, it was still matching up a little bit too close to the character we did up on YouTube if you want to watch it. But Festina Ashbreeze, who was our Furbolg Warlock of the Fiend, who had like smoky aspects to it. I think we're going to go with this. We're going to go with a Goliath, Druid, Circle of Shepherd. Add a few with names. Our good old friend Fantasy Name Generator to get a good name. Name is Enia Root Hand. Seems cool. Her upper body. We're gonna make her tall. Make her real tall. Head a little bit proportionate. That tall. thickness to her arms. Bend her arms a little bit. Root. A little tall. Shoulders, lower body. Legs. No tail, no wings. Make her 6'8". Tall druid. Kind of goes in lines with the Forest Boys, though. Maybe real quick. Their prices are really, really good. I always get their digital one, but because I have unlimited, I get digital downloads for free. But I also just like supporting them. They get back to me. They retweet my stuff. They're very, very, very kind. Matt, who is founder, has talked to me a few times through Twitter threads and chats before. Just super, super upfront, really nice person. And I just really like the new UI, and I like the way that they look a little bit more. The more I've started to work with them, they also just look really good when they've been painted up. If you haven't seen the Festina video of me painting her, or the pictures of her, my Instagram at Wheels, pretty much everything. Go look at it. It looks really, really good. So, all right. So that's going to be her base for now of what she looks like. We're probably going to change her hair and stuff around. I think we'll give her any horns. Give her a long. Good. They're always adding new stuff in. Awesome. I like it. I feel like the long hair is more akin to what I'm looking for with her. Because, like, again, when you're a Circle of the Shepherd, you're animals, and you should use them. You should use them, and my thing. Well, you have credits. So take back anything. If you do buy anything through them, I do get a little bit. But I think the hair is going to match really well with that, like, Circle of the Shepherd look. That's what we're going to go with. Bushy eyebrows. I know Goliaths tend to be, like, clean shaven and don't have anything. But this is what she's going to look like. Those eyes, you can't even see her ears, so it really... Happy, a bit angry. Bright-eyed. Hell yeah. What's in it? Yeah, I'm starting to do this once a month so I can obviously promote Eldritch Foundry a little. They've made me an affiliate, but I also just like the stuff, and it gives me an opportunity to just make something random to paint that I haven't done before. Yeah, that works. Take that. Good. That. Can't really see her way. Give him more. Yeah, that's something I was saying too. Just prefer the way that the yeah, they there was someone who was just talking about it, and they're like, "Do you want to be affiliate?" I was like, "Sure." Yeah, it was a while ago. I just haven't had a lot of time to make models. I did another character creation stream a while ago. That's a cute little button nose. Cheeks down a little bit. Open her mouth a little bit. Make her face. Nice. All right. Now we'll go into. Actually, you know what? I may change her hair a little bit. We had before. The one had a mohawk that I'm trying to make them a little. I actually think the hair is still what I want. All right. Neck. Circle the shepherd. Tend to be in mountain. Shawl or cover up. Birds. Lighter on the clothing. More of a shepherd. We know pauldron. or on the sides. I don't mind that it clips a little bit either because it kind of works out for me. Yeah, see the warm color with that looks good. Might actually do that instead. And we can move to... Now they're in colder areas, but they're also more acclimated. So making something like just dirt probably be... And after I'm done with this, I hate when that happens, especially when like right out of the box you put it up together. Little annoying. But hey, whatever works. But after we're done with this, I'll do mini paint and chill. I'll just have a quick like 5-minute break so I can get everything resituated properly. That's always the worst. Oops. New computers suck. That's why the PC was my go-to, because I was just like, I can just take the M.2 drive that I have and move it over. Let's see. Fair. Trade-off. I think this is... I think that something like that. I don't mind Kai's tuning. That one actually is. No, I think I actually like Kai's tuning. All right. Move on from there. Gloves. You just really lean into that vibe of shepherding. Mountains have, well, kind of like the arms warm, but keep free. Burns dress. This long paint. So far, she's looking pretty good. Gotta figure out how I want. Finish off the rest. The torn pants would not be a bad idea. I don't mind those. I'd want. I want that like and shepherding. I'm gonna get a crook. Not bad either, but I think I like Ruby. Her footwear, definitely like sandals or boots. Tony Stomp. There was like a hiker boot. Not bike. I want the winter boots because I do those so often. I don't know. That's the thing. It's like I'm thinking about like mountainous terrain, and it just feels like it would be better if it was. Let me look at the shoes. It just gives me more of the vibe of like natural. Kind of almost don't mind these moccasins. Look, actually, I go with those. Closed toe for sure, though. Like, not. You're wise enough as a druid to know, like, not to wear open toe shoes in the mountains. But moccasins feels more natural. Or foot wraps. I know the foot wraps are kind of cool too. Actually, yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the moccasins. I like the look of them. And the fact that they are just kind of like foot wrappings, basically. I like that. Alright. Now, cape or no cape? Really go heavy on the fur. Don't mind that Roman scarf. That looks pretty cool. This is when the clipping does start to. It doesn't annoy me, but sometimes it just on it. But I can always maneuver that a little. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a way that I could get, and I think there is. Yeah, see, I can start. I can move them out a little. Oh, I'm. Like that being out a little. Yeah, I don't mind that because now it looks like it's just kind of rotated. Now it looks like there's just a little bit on top while also a little bit under the scarf. I don't mind that look. Back. Okay. I mean, those are minute that it's not going to show up so much on the. That's a little bit better. back to, I like the scarf. So now we'll go to handheld. Safe. Like the other hand. Oh yeah, in her other hand, she's a circle of the shepherds, but an animal. That looks pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. All right, then on her back, we'll do Batty. Yeah, like out in the woods often kind of thing. Definitely a compass. So she, or actually, no, she doesn't need a compass. She's a druid. She can read the stars. Definitely doesn't need weapons. She's got her thing. Pouch on her side. Give her a little pouch. All right, all right. I like it. Find it a little. Limitless mode. Like the contrapposto. I don't think she needs. I'm thinking about changing. So difficult trying to come up with a good just. Definitely think she needs some. You know, with her look, that actually kind of goes a little bit. Don't mind that. I think I like that. Fits a little bit more. And looking down always, because she's deaf and she's 7 foot. There we go. Oh, all right. Kind of like her the way she is right now. Honest with you. And the backpack looks good. that out a little bit. Flipping it. Side a little bit. Yeah, the music isn't going to be super loud. I try to keep it low most of the time. I can turn it just to make sure it doesn't go over the top. That should help a little bit. I just don't want it to ever overpower my voice. All right, I like the way that she's looking right now. Oh, weird. That should be okay. Yeah, I like the way that she's looking right now. All right, definitely give her a hex base. Funny. Green one kind of works as a mountainy terrain. Grass works. Ice cracks work. Another thing I don't like about the stream is that there's a opening. I think gravel's the best bet here. I kind of like the little boxes. Give a little rogue crossbow on the back. I wish I could add more. It might be. I know Nahemic tends to be weird. I don't know if that's what I'm trying on. But oh, man. Little rogue bunny. wish. Wish I could add more to the base. Bunch of different. Wild. Another one. All right, I think that's her. I think this is Thenia Root Hand, our Goliath Circle of the Shepherd Druid. Trusty Raven Familiar and her roguish bunny companion. Only works on regular one. But yeah, I think that's her. So I'm gonna go ahead and add her to the cart. And then I will check out and I will print her off and paint her on Tuesday. So that's going to do it for the first part, the Eldritch Foundry part. I'm going to go ahead and take a quick 5-minute break so I can get stuff ready for Mini Paint and Chill, but I'll be right back. In the meantime, you'll see just says Mini Paint and Chill, but I'll be right back. Thanks for hanging out. See you in a few minutes. A different location. All right, see you soon. That's the wrong one. All right, let's see. Oh, it does. Okay, cool. Microphone is working, which is good. All right, now I should look like I normally do when I am at painting desk. Now we're gonna get into the mini painting part of the stream. New wet palette. Squidmar did a limited release on the XL Redgrass Games Everlasting Wet Palette. And I thought it looked sick, so I wanted to get one. Plus, yeah, it's cool. Plus, it's a lot bigger than the Studio V2. So, yeah, I wanted to grab it. But like I said, it's got a lot more space on it. It means I can paint more or longer. But yeah. Now we're to this part of the stream. Gotta figure out what I want to paint. Be working on this forest boy, who is the winter one. And then I will just have spring left because both summer and fall are done. I asked my wife about whether I should add some gray into the lovely, lovely gentleman. They said yes. Uniform. I feel like ash gray is more. Yeah, ash gray is definitely more of the gray that I want. But what I'll fix it. I gotta find a better way to use my stable brushes, clean them off while I'm painting. Oh, thank you. Yay. Married for 2 years. Love it. Every second of it. Crazy. Feels like it's been 3 months. I feel like it's because I have the brush cleaner, brush rinser, but apparently it's not good for stable brushing. Natural hair. I'm like, yeah, right, because it adds a really nice like texture of color to it. And I mean, like, I'm trying to emulate what trees would look like in the winter, and they do have a lot of gray on them because most of the trees that are still around are like pine trees and things like that, where they do have deep browns, But they also have some of them, like birch trees or things like that, have like a grayish brown out exterior. And I wanted to encapsulate that, but I didn't want it to overtake everything. It's just kind of like light lining of it I'm doing on the model is just making it look kind of cool. This one I am not doing non-metallic metal because it's a little bit of a weird metal bit. But for the spring one, I will be doing it. And then I was debating doing a little diorama for all of them and maybe selling them as a set, since I'm really kind of enjoying the work that I'm doing. There's still September's models. I haven't even gotten October's models out yet, even on the printer. Now I'm just being careful and, lining things way that helps accentuate the model but doesn't necessarily take away from the rest of the work. It's made a darker version of the gray that I used to line with so that I can hit the shadows. Things are lighter. Show off. And for this, I'm just kind of doing soft lines, grayish brown, just kind of on the model, help kind of give that sense of wood texture. And give it a sense that it is a winter wood. Hopefully you'll be able to see nice texture on. Too much or too little. Like just enough to really help accentuate the look. Obviously, the deepest shadows are still going to be very, very, very brown. Light's only going to reflect off of the highest points. So the undersides being just completely deep dark brown are actually helpful in this situation. Be more mindful of how much paint I use, one, and two, making sure that if I need a paint and back, knowing how And the beauty. Need to, because I've done a little bit much on the gray. Come back over. Like a brown glaze and bring the brown. I'm not upset with how it's looking. Didn't know how I was going to enjoy gray tones, but honestly it doesn't. And to really accentuate the winter aspect, I'm going to come back over it with, at the end, come back over it probably with like a EVA glue water mix, spritz it, and then just kind of dribble snow over the top of it. And hopefully that should look good. If not, I will have messed it up and will be upset. But I think it'll go with the base idea. There are some bits on here that are leather that I'll have to with a different leather. Make sure that there are still lines there, because even in the shadows, like, you can still see some of them sometimes, so. This color scheme look good. Actually look good for wood. As he is all wood. Such a good, just oh. I'm gonna did green and black. The being meticulous with stuff. One of those things where it's like, hey, because I sell these models, I just want to make sure, one, that they look good, but two, I'm putting the same amount of effort that I would put in a foam table when it comes to painting the models, so you know that you're getting this quality that, and not anything less. Before I even finish off each piece with a varnish, I take it to my wife. I go, think Patrick Bate voice. 7 times out of 10, they're like, wow, that looks so good. And the other 3 times, like, it needs a little bit of work. When they say it needs work, the best not to take it personally, because it's not a personal thing. It is a way of understanding that selling these models and okay, I think you should do this, or okay, I think you should do that. You know what I do? Listen. Do the thing that they tell me. They know what I'm capable of. Always. That is why we've been married for 2 years. Flow off of each extremely well. Always trust their artistic judgment. Also an art. Don't do the same, but they understand what could be better. Understand my art well. I think that's the biggest thing. Going in for something and competition piece, or you're selling your stuff, always have a second opinion, because you sometimes can get a little bit biased when you go, man, I've been working on this for a really long time, I don't want to work on it anymore. Okay, it's done. May not in fact be done. And someone who can come to you and say, hey, this is not done, and say, this is what I think it needs, is probably one of the most beneficial things. Someone who's an accountability. So unbelievable. On there, we'll probably go back and do angel green on it just to bring it, just to pop it a little bit, not too much. Oh, again, the leaves that grow in winter are evergreen. They are very, very deep. Majority of them. Kind of what. Hopefully, I'm able to do that. Result looks good. Honestly, the work that I've put in on these guys, I've been super happy with. Probably been some of my best work, to be honest with you, because I've been meticulous and I've stopped caring about the time frame and getting it done within the confines of the 2 hours that I have, that I usually allot to streaming, and on them a little bit off stream, and my best to make them look really, really good. I tried something new with them with non-metallic metal on fall and summer guys. Really like the way that it showed up and come together for my first attempt at non-metallic metal. It's a fun thing. Challenging yourself sometimes makes it so that you have more fun with your hobby. You don't know what you're good at until you do it. Good at anything if you give time and you have the ability to. Not need artificial viewership. Also, hopefully it's showing up on the camera that I'm painting. I realized that I had a problem previously with not actually showing the work I was doing. Camera was a specific way, but I've hopefully angled it to where you can actually see stuff now. Yeah, the mic's been acting up. The noise gate here. I'm actually gonna fix that real quick because I have a lot. Open it. At 45? Maybe that'll help. Noise gates are really confusing to me. I don't know how things work. I'm not an audio technician. And unfortunately, when it comes to streaming with things like this, because I'm a individual person who does it, I kind of have to just figure it all out on my own. Which isn't a bad thing, because then I understand it and I can share that knowledge with other people, but it does get annoying at times when I don't understand how things work. And I try to make them work the best I can, and they just still don't work. That's why I have my group of queers around me to help me figure shit out. Me being one of such queers. So the next green up. And this we're really just gonna do on I'm not going to go straight into Guardian Green. I'm going to take some Angel. And some Guardian to get a good in-between so that way it's not getting too bright too quickly. But this is going to be our highlight because again, Winter Green is a very deep green. I want to maintain that. Brighter than the other one, but not bright enough to cause strain. This one's really only going on certain parts. Just a little bit on the edges here. please. Sweet. Better understanding of where these highlights are going. Oh my god, how did you know? Your recommendation, by the way, for the gray?
Yeah.
Genius.
Was it my recommendation or was it what your idea was?
Look at
and
that.
I just said
Look
yes.
at that.
No, it's perfect. But I think it was your idea, so that's your
And like
credit.
the deep dark green to match. Oh! Oh! Thank you, Becky.
Yeah.
I love you. Thank you so much. Maybe I will go up to Guardian Green. Just as like the brightest highlights. Do, 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 do. Boom. All right, now I'm going to hit him with a tainted gold because it's a little bit of a greenish gold. same thing as the highlight. For the weapon. Actually, use some glittering green as well. Oh, I do not use this one a lot, as you can tell. It's obviously fine. There's just a lot of stabilizer in it. Ooh, that's actually not showing up at all. Yay! Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. That helps. Oh, beautiful. Okay. Says the mid-tone. Kind of between the tainted gold, the dark emerald, and the glittering, or yeah, what I said. No extras. And then just for funsies, there's my missile. Emerald, tainted gold. Here. Not shiny silver. Actually, no. Would be bright gold. Since that's the true technical highlight. A little bit of this. Right in those spots up here. Really hit it up brightly. That way it looks cool when it hits the light. Woo! A nice sheen to it. Does look funny too, because it's like the brightest green, just with like the most drab color. But that's honestly kind of what I wanted. I wanted it to be like a, you know, oh, he's grabbing this weapon that the metal doesn't really decay or anything because it's a magical weapon, but the wood matches the style of the season, so it just looks like that. All right, now we can start working on the base, which isn't going to be too difficult. Because we're going to be doing basically the same thing we did with the other wood. Which is mixing some super dark brown together. Most of this is going to be covered in snow texture, but part of the wood is going to be exposed. So I just want to make sure that it's got a really nice color on it. That's the beauty of wood, is it's very textured naturally with just the colors that it has because of the way that it plays with the light, but also the way that it grows. So having just varying different colors on there is a good thing. But we're going to make this match the wood of the rest of the guy because that's what I want. Start putting the thin lines of that graying texture on there, and then doing the same thing, going back over with the darker one. We don't have to do the full thing because, again, this is going to be covered in snow. Darker gray brown. The question becomes, okay, he's got his foot up on the top of it, so that's what we'll do. He's pretty much done. Most of his stuff is covered, so I like the way that he looks. Sans his eyes. His eyes are going to have a glowing effect to them, so I need to paint them in white real quick. That, I've got a few whites I can use, but I'm trying to get rid of some of them. Where did it go? There, this white. So in order to get a good glow effect, you usually want to start with a brighter color. I tend to start with white and then move up from there. Specifically for this one, I'll be doing white and then maybe like a dark green. It'll still look bright because it'll have white on it. But you basically just go in with the white as much as you want. Like that. You let it dry, put contrast paint over it, little dot of white over the top, bada bing bada boom, you got a really nice glowing effect. Alright, I have not used this snow yet. I want to, so I'm going to. These are texture paints by Huge Miniatures. I've absolutely loved the texture paints that I've used of them so far. I just got like a big thing of them, like a multi-pack of them. Jesus. Only thing is these seals are pretty good and they don't want to come off in one piece. But I really like them so far. But this is what we're going to use. It's probably just a mix of PVA glue, baking soda, things like that. But they have multiple different styles of them. This one is the snow one. which I am not going to be too careful with because it's going over everything. I really want it to be a nice big just glob of snow. Like I want a freshly fallen blanket of snow. I'm just going to cover everything on the base. They have a specific knife for their stuff that I'm probably going to get at some point. I just don't have it right now. Yeah, they have texture paste for pretty much everything I've used recently. The mud, the dirt, the stone, the Martian one that they have is a really nice red tone. I used that for the Mesa of the Brass Dragon that I did. And it works really well. It's not too finicky. Obviously, once you get used to it more, you start to understand it better. And if you have the proper tools to put it on, like it definitely works better. I don't have the exact proper tools, but I have close enough tools. Sculpting tools will work just fine. Yeah. And I did the underneath part of the base brown, so that way if anything was showing, it would just show like it was earth and not any vegetation or anything like that, because not much stuff grows under snow, in case you didn't know. And what I'm gonna do is that in to look like footprints. Leave that on him, and then we'll let this dry, and then when we come back over him, I'll sprinkle some of the battlefield snow dust that I have, and then maybe also put some these on there. Or rather, in the paint. Hold on. So I've just added a couple of these leaves that I got. And what I did was I'm just taking them and I'm kind of putting them in the paint that I used for the green on the model. And putting them on there as like leaves that have fallen off the trees that are evergreens, because there will still be tree foliage there, but there won't be as much. So I've only done a few. That way there'll be a little bit of color on the base, but not a lot. But yeah, some footsteps on there. And then as soon as this is dry, we'll go back and we'll do him. Yeah. 6:38. So got 20 minutes or so. Guess we could start looking at spring. The spring, I know for a fact I'm going to be doing a bit of a brighter. This is going to be like a nice vibrant red. All the leaves are going to be like a very, very bright green, probably base starting at the middle of the, or the just under the middle of the deep greens, which I should have over here somewhere. Greenskin. We'll probably start with greenskin and then work our way up to wild green, ferocious green, like that. And then the wood is going to be more of a newer, fresher wood. But yeah, I'm really just dive into that idea of like the changing of the season. So far, these guys are looking really, really cool. Once this is dry too, I'll paint the base, the rim of the base, probably that deep green. But it's like, it went from, I did fall, which is very like reds and browns and yellows. Summer was all very yellow. And then deep, deep greens for winter, brighter greens for, you know, spring growth and new growth. And then back to that summer. And then the diorama I was thinking about doing was doing like a full, like a nice big solid piece, and then kind of splitting it off and having, you know, transitions between the seasons. But I don't know if I'm going to do that. Might. We'll see. And then the last one that I printed off for, besides that angel that I might finish, I might not, I'm not 100% sure, is this little druid guy. Thought I would have time to paint all of the stuff, but then things got busy. Then I got really invested in doing these guys a specific way instead of having them all be the same kind of overall. So, and then I want to print out some stuff for spooky season. Oh, so many things that I can print and paint. It's crazy. What can I do with 19 minutes though? Guess I could get this guy colored a little bit. He's got some camo cloak on him because that's what I was going to do for all of them, and then I changed my mind on things. So what I'll actually do is get some slide my speed paintbrush out. Shamrock's a good pick. I feel like Shamrock's gonna be more what I want. Four sprites. Shamrock. I'm gonna move this gentleman just in case something happens. It should, but you know, just in case. Take some of this. Oh, it's not going to be gross.
Literally developing genetics today. It's been so long.
You went on Monday. Yeah, I suppose so. Then yes, you can go. Yeah. No, I'll just be upset that I'm sick and can't go to the gym. Yeah. That also means I'll have to wait till you get back to watch the things I want to watch with you.
What do you want to watch?
Season 3 of Vox Machina came out today. okay. You can go to the gym, baby. Promise it's okay. Just so if anyone's feeling weird about that, and my wife's coming to ask me if they can come do something, it is just because I made a comment earlier because I am sick and I do go to the gym pretty consistently that I was like, meh. They don't have to ask me to do things. They're just being kind and making sure that I'm comfortable with that idea. I have as much control over them as they would allow me to have. Same thing with this little banner up front. Each one of them has the banner matching the color of the leaves that they have. So just gonna make it forest bright, which I think I did for Shamrock, which I did for something recently. I don't remember. Maybe it was the summer one. Maybe I did something on the summer one. But yeah. Oh no, it was the... No, it wasn't the eyes. Huh. I don't know. But I'm also doing the stem of this. It's just going to make it a little easier on me in the long run to get it with a little bit of this color. And moving this out of the way because it's definitely a little too heavy right there. I don't want it to cover up any of the details. Does make the green pop up now. Not gonna do it. If I was gonna do it, I should have done it on the other ones. Oh. Oh, that's what I have to do on that. It's like, what am I missing on the other one? I feel like I'm missing something. I am. He has leather bits I have to paint. And for that, we're going to start with Brigadine Brown. The deepest of the leather colors, or the browns. But leather brown is in this family, so the deepest leather color. Only a couple spots where that color is, and honestly I might leave that one empty. Feels a little bit too smooth to be. And then we'll move up to Bootstrap Brown, which is the second in the family. not a lot, but honestly, doesn't matter because I'll probably use leather for other things. Just gonna lightly go over. Give it a few little nicks. And then start off with a very, 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 very light leather brown. This stuff is quite bright for the color that it is, so I don't want too much of it. In fact, what I might do is mix it a little bit. Perfect. Really, this one is really good for putting scratches and stuff in the leather because it shows up really well. But honestly, that's not too bad. And it didn't ruin anything. Thank goodness. And then, goodness, for his eyes, I want a bit of a darker green, but I think the closest thing I have is Camo Cloak or Burnt Moss. So we'll go with Burnt Moss. What I do is just take a little bit of that Shamrock Green and mix it in there, so I got a little bit more of a green tone. You know, maybe he's looking forward to spring. Sorry. This stuff just does not taste very good. You get enough just to have it glow a little bit, and then you hit it with a dot of white, and then it should be good. And now he should be good. Look at that. 8 minutes left. Almost done. Last little bit. I sound like every single Pilates video that my wife watches at the gym. And then, ooh, poppy red. Perfect for this. There you are, my love. Me love. And just literally, that's a lot more than I was expecting to come out. You know what? Oh well, at least everything was up and nothing got spritzed with it. Really nice, vibrant red. And even if I decide to go pink with it, this will still work really well. Honestly, I think red fits the vibe better. Matches the rest of the cooler scheme. And I'm going to do the stamen red as well, even though it probably will get painted yellow. Just because. I don't really have a reasoning for it. Ooh, yes. It's a good starting point for him. He has, I was wrong, he doesn't have chemical, he has burnt moss as his base. Speed paint. Which is fine. 5 minutes. We're gonna do it in 5 minutes. And then I have all these other very, very nice brushes over here that I have not used yet. That are like $18 brushes that I bought specifically for the mini painting that I do. I haven't used yet. Like the Raphael 8404s that I was like, ooh, those look cool. I want to get some. So I got a size 2 and a size 3? Size 1. Size 2 and size 1. And then my Winsor Newton brushes. And then my 5-0 Hyper Detail Sable brush. And then my miniature Maestro brush that I haven't used either. But I really want to give a shot. Maybe we'll use these next week when I paint Thenia. So I can actually start to put some work on these brushes so that they don't just sit here collecting dust because I've been scared of using them because they're very nice and I don't want to ruin them. You know what? Honestly, the warm grays probably would have worked better for him. Oh well. Actually, no, the cool grays were the way to go because it's colder. Okay, well, got about 4 minutes left, but I think that's going to do it for me. If you joined today, thank you so much for joining and hanging out. Chris, it was great to see you. I love it when you come in and watch. This is really all because of you. I would not be mini painting if it wasn't for you, so I have you to thank for all of the things that I'm able to do with this. But yeah, if you enjoyed today's stream, please give a like on YouTube. I appreciate it. If you haven't already followed the channel, please do. If you got the financial ability to, please consider subscribing. Don't forget that if you have an Amazon Prime account, you can subscribe for free once each month. Also, if you have the financial ability to, and you'd like some of the minis that I paint, they are for sale on my website, wheelersminis.com. You can follow me on my socials at wheelersminis on pretty much everything. Again, if you missed the first part of the stream, every first Wednesday, barring yesterday because it was my anniversary, of the month, I will be doing a character creation stream using Eldritch Foundry, who I'm an affiliate with. I will make sure moving forward I have the link to go through and chat so that way you guys can see it and go to it and help me out. Every time you buy something, I get a little bit of a kickback. And I would appreciate it if you did that. They have a really cool system. They've got colored prints coming on the horizon. That Kickstarter is going to be there soon, and I'm really excited about it. Yeah. I'll be doing that each month, though, and then I'll be printing it out because I 3D print as well. Obviously, that's where most of these models come from. And then I'll paint it on the following Tuesday, usually. This time, it will be the following Tuesday. Yeah. I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else I can think of at the moment that I need to say. Join the Discord. Also, feel free if you're like, man, this guy paints the same stuff all the time and I really wish that he'd paint this thing. Tweet at me, message me, DM me, whatever. Let me know what you'd like to see painted because like I've got a bunch of stuff that I can paint. I also have that silver dragon I have to paint. But if you're ever interested in something specific being painted, please feel free to reach out to me. Commissions are closed right now, but I'm working on finishing up the stuff that my friends have sent me so that way I can get back to open commissions. So if you're looking for a character model to be painted, I can do that for you as well. But yeah, that's going to do it for me today. Thanks for hanging out for nearly 2.5 hours. Jeez Louise. But honestly, really, really great stream. Had a really, really good time. Glad I got some work in. Hobby Streak is staying alive. I'm going to be painting every day or doing something creative every day this month. Painting is the main one, though, because that is my side business. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for sticking around to the end. It means the world to me. Subscribe on the YouTube channel. Like, hit the bell. All of that fun stuff. More videos on the horizon. I'm probably going to do another brick by brick soon, maybe. I don't really have a lot of room left in my D&D area for more minis, but I will make it work. I'll make it work. Probably going to be doing some reviews on some of the new stuff that came out. A lot of new paints have come out that I backed. Chimera inks, the P3 paints. A lot of paints are coming out. I want to do reviews for them. I have the privilege of being able to take on some of the financial aspect of it because this is my side job. So if I can get the word out there for people who are wanting to make sure that they spend their money in the right place, I'm more than happy to do that for you. So be sure to stick around and see what's going on. But that's going to do it for me tonight. I really appreciate it. Like I said, thank you so much. And I will see you guys next week when we paint that lovely character that we made. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you should probably watch the VOD over again because you missed the first hour of the stream. But yeah, have a great night, and Red Box Machina and Critical Role tonight. See ya.